So, mounted up, it only takes you about 2 days to make it all the way up to Cavral's general area, but upon approaching the city itself, Fenris slows your group down, saying, "I'd be careful up ahead. There's been strange stories coming out of Cavral. Maybe we should just skirt around, like we did at Grey Tower."
What sort of stories?
Indeed. I don't really know a lot about it. I don't usually come this far north, but apparently there's some sort of new folk hero rising up amongst the elves here. Champion of justice, that sort of thing. Being rich nobles like yourself, it might be dangerous.
Fair enough.
Indeed.
Alright, so the question is, which way do you skirt? Do you skirt to the west or to the east? Because, mind you, to the west brings you rather close to the Kingslayer.
Let's go to the east.
Yeah.
Up along the Southland River.
Alright, so you stick to the river for a day or so, and though your progress slows off the road, it eventually picks up further north. However, once you rejoin the road, you see a strange sign on the side facing towards Cavral. Almost a warning for visitors approaching.
Like from the south, like towards Cavral?
Like if you were going towards Cavral, you would see the sign facing you.
And it says...
It doesn't say anything, rather it's a sigil burned black into the wood. It looks to be a dire wolf.
Fenris?
Oh, are you asking her?
Yeah.
Well, she's the only dire wolf we know.
Fenris,
Or is she?
Well, as far as we know.
No,
Characters
the
know.
direwolf.
Right. Fenris, do you have any idea what this could mean?
I hope it doesn't have anything to do with me.
That's I hope not.
I hope so too.
I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad. If they like or hate the dire wolf.
Perhaps we'll find some answers in the salvage.
Mayhaps. Come, we've only got a day or so left to travel.
Onward.
And
not
onward
south.
you go. To the not south.
To the north-south city of Salvage.
Away! Salvage.
Yay, Salvage.
Alright. So, it takes you a short while to make the ascent up to where the city itself is, nestled on the mountainside, but arriving there and entering the Walk of Heroes, the statue-filled garden outside the main keep, you see a large crowd has gathered in front of the Thangeld Palace.
Of course.
There's perhaps 150 people here. You recognize a handful of faces from your experiences in Grey Tower.
Of course.
But none of them seem to be agitated per se. They're more like attentive almost. As if they're completely zoned in on. And ahead of you on a terrace looking over the walk, you see Aiden. Terrace?
Oh.
Yeah.
On the terrorist.
Terrace! Oh, shit!
Piggyback ride! Lol, Osama piggyback.
Al-Qaeda.
Faster, Osama, faster!
Oh, Lord.
Oh, we're going to hell!
No, he is.
Okay, let's change the subject.
Okay.
Indeed. Alright, so. Approaching you, and at the back of the crowd, you can barely make out what Aiden's saying. So let me get a perception check from each of you.
Great.
Perception!
20 total.
Yay.
14.
Total?
28.
Alright. So, Brecken's keen ears are too keen in this particular instance, and the murmurs of the crowd seem to blank out anything you can hear. Indeed, but the rest of you can pretty well make out what Aiden is saying. I'm sorry, everyone, but under these strange times, Lady Morona is not herself right now. We cannot continue to operate the government as it stands right now. The lady, with Kingslayers on the loose, my lady mother cannot hear court today, nor will she for some time to come. Until such time as she recovers, I am declaring myself Lord Regent of Highbarrow. And for the moment, I ask you all to return to your homes. Assassins are on the loose, and we do not know how dangerous they may be, or their numbers. I'm sorry, but the festivities scheduled for today are cancelled. Court is cancelled, and all business in the marketplace is cancelled. Please, Stay in your homes. The Grey Cloaks will protect you as best they can. And if you see anything at all suspicious, report it to your nearest guardsman. Thank you and good evening. The crowd murmurs amongst themselves. Fear, panic, and anger and outrage mixed together. But with a bit of nudge from the Grey Cloaks, they begin to disperse, returning to the civilian district or back down to the base of the mountain. Seeing you at the back of the crowd, Aiden makes a motion for you to join him. And ahead of you, the two heavy doors leading into the palace swing open. Inside, it seems like a ghost town as you enter. Only a handful of guards patrol the walks. The marketplace is completely closed. Even the tavern shut down for now. So, for the moment, you are returned to the North Hall, where the nobles' quarters, including your own, are. You have a few moments, if you'd like, to take care of any business, or you can proceed to Aiden's personal study, where the guards say he is.
I got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Tidy up, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah. Rowland goes off and returns a few minutes later in cleaner clothes.
Yeah. In my priestess outfit.
Indeed. Fenris kind of feels bad, man, that she doesn't have any better clothes.
Well, we're on the palace. I'm sure we can find something.
I don't have
The market's closed.
We're
In
in
the
the palace.
palace.
We're in the palace. I'm sure we can find something in the royal wardrobe.
Alright. She talks to a guard and is led off down a hall, as well as Rhea and Jeffrey.
Right. Jeffrey.
I don't think they have anything in Jeffrey's size.
We're
That's
okay with-
children.
Oh, yeah.
Children's size.
Hold
So,
on.
the two of you, do you try to find more appropriate attire?
I've got some, so I'll go change.
Alright. Brecken? You have your traveler's garbs and your priest robes, I believe.
Yeah, I'll switch in my priestess robes.
Alright.
So fancy.
So,
I can see him now, Jeffrey. In a
Nice
boy's
little
sailor outfit.
suit.
A little
Yeah, exactly. Sailor suit, exactly.
what?
Yes.
Dude, someone needs to text Seth right now. Get her to draw that. Seth, Jeffrey in a sailor suit.
Ready, go.
Enough said.
You enter, or are led to by the guards, Aiden's personal study. A pair of grey cloaks stand to either side of the door and admit you, parting their spears. Inside is not what you would really have expected from the chambers of the Lord of Highbarrow. Instead, it looks more like what you'd expect out of Osiris, really. A number of bookcases and a table full of strange apparati sit in a corner. Aiden's desk is pushed up against one corner near a bookshelf and covered in parchments of all degree. As you enter, you see Aiden and two other men sitting around a large table in his study. As you enter, all three rise. And Aiden says to you, there you are. About time. I'm sorry I haven't gotten word to you, but where did you go? And more importantly, where's Vera? Did you find her?
We're not really
How
got
about
off
that? We found where she is.
Hopefully.
Possibly.
We found a second Kingslayer camp west of Great Tower near the edge of Ghostwood where we thought she might be. Unfortunately, we did not verify if she's actually there.
Well, what did you find?
Oh, you're gonna ask this character.
What we believe, according to Rhea's
Limited
assumption, the leader of the Kingslayers.
Well, that explains it. I sent a regiment of Grey Cloaks to where she said the Kingslayer camp was, but it was just an old ruin. Nothing was there. However, there was enough fire pits and other camp remains to suggest that perhaps 100 men had been camped there, and recently. It seems the Kingslayer organization is much larger than we had suspected.
Well, that's not good.
No, it isn't. He sighs and rubs his temples. It doesn't matter, though. Sit, all of you. The two companions sort of scrunch up, trying to make room for the lot of you. Andy, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm trying to signal.
Eric is the only one with an actual chair.
Well. So who is your new companion? I don't know your name, madam. And She extends a hand to him and says, "You may call me Fenris. I am a ranger of the Ghostwood." Interesting.
That's all you need to know.
I'd ask what the lot of you were doing in Ghostwood, but it makes no matter now. But, Andy, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It really doesn't.
You getting a signal?
No.
That sucks.
Sorry.
Yeah. I
That
thought
should
sure
not
it was
blocked.
I don't know.
Why don't you try sending a message?
Yeah.
I forgot to put Seth's number in my phone.
Well, we have it
Well, I
right
have it.
here.
Who cares?
Yeah.
We need to see Jeffrey in a sailor
No, I got a
suit.
signal. Just holding it here.
Yeah. Anyway, moving along. So, allow me to introduce my companions
Got it.
here.
Send it?
This
Sorry.
Hold on.
Just keep going.
pointing a hand to his gray cloak companion. This is Commander Marcus Herenth. He is the Lord Commander of the Grey Cloaks of Salvage City, in charge of personal security here.
I'm gonna guess this dude.
Yes, the
Okay.
guy in the gray cloak is
Well, they're
surprised.
both in gray cloaks.
So they are.
So they go, your friend in gray cloak, which one?
Alright. The random
Both of
peasant
them.
infantryman model.
Okay.
Alright. And to the other he says, "And this is Sir Leif Dracovar. He is a Lord Knight of Silverdown, come on a quest."
Is it he?
Yes, that is a man.
Okay then.
And Lord Commander Herenth
know?
is a tall young man, about 25 years old. Lean, muscular, dark-haired, while Leif is even a bit taller, but smaller built, with long blonde hair almost down to his waist, tied up in a ponytail. He is wearing plate armor with a dragon's crest on his shield, laid down beside him. Both incline their heads to you as Aiden continues. "I don't know how much of the speech you heard, but my lady mother remains ill. The recovery process is taking longer than we'd hoped. It's not new poison, luckily, and she is recovering, but much, much too slowly. I'm afraid I've had to take lordship of Highbarrow, at least for now. Someone needs to rule, and my sister's too young." "Have you learned anything about the Kingslayers in your travels, other than the name of their leader?"
Not really, honestly.
A shame.
On an unrelated note, you two wouldn't happen to know who bears the direwolf sigil? I almost said shield. Sigil. Seal? Would you?
The Starks of Winterfell.
Well, both men have something to say to that. Leif himself says, "Ah, yes, I was set on a quest to apprehend the man himself. He's been harrying all sorts of nobles and merchants along the roads, taking from the rich and giving to the poor.
Oh boy.
It seems he's some sort of old folk legend. There's traces of him dating back at least 200 years. Even the records of the War of Chaos have mention of him at least once. But there's no face to the name.
Yeah.
Him.
Other than he's a shadowy individual, perhaps either an assassin himself or some sort of broker.
Yeah,
But he's hard to track down.
that's him.
Got a name?
No name, just the name Direwolf. It's possible it's more of a title than a name, passed down from generation to
He
generation.
gave us when we met him.
Yeah.
Indeed. Beyond that, I've learned little." And Herenth says, "The man's a nuisance, but he's not a threat. There's no record of him ever killing anyone. He simply shows up, demands some sort of payment in order for him to render some sort of aid, or else he's simply a thief. But he's not our prime concern right now. The Kingslayers are a much graver threat. Speaking of mystery persons, I must ask you, I've recently been given word from Grey Tower that Salvage is expecting a mystery noble to visit the town, and though security is heightened, we don't know who he is. Do you have any suggestions?"
Mystery noble to visit Salvage?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Who?
Oh, why, though?
Why the hell not?
Because we have any other... Because...
Aiden coughed slightly. "Perhaps I can answer the why. Well, what brought Sir Leaf here? Tell them, my friend. Leaf stands up and clears his throat. Many of the knights of the realm have been given invitations to a grand tourney to be held at Salvage, starting this very day.
Really?
A royal wedding, they said.
Andy.
Yours.
What?
Royal wedding.
What? Our we're wedding already?
No, the other royal wedding happening in Hadrian.
Oh, yes, of course.
He missed
And-
the date, sorry. We forgot to send the actual groom his invitation.
And Aiden says, I hadn't heard anything of this. My mother must have sent invitations before she fell ill. For the moment, I've put a pause on all celebrations, but nevertheless, perhaps she had the right idea. We need a show of strength, a show of power. Nothing gives that like a tourney, or else a march to war. The people need something to rally behind, something to take their mind off the fact that assassins roam their lands.
Yeah, that's a pretty
Good idea.
comforting thought.
And Leaf adds, it will be a glorious fight. 200 knights have already arrived, and more are on their way. It would be a shame if we would have to hold it off indefinitely. These Kingslayers, they seem to ruin everything.
Yeah.
Yep, they
Had no idea.
can slay kings, as it turns out.
Slay kings, but not ours.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not ever. King Cairn is too strong a leader to fall to such
Oh,
a
I thought you were
day.
talking about Rowland.
I'm not king yet.
Yeah, you're not a king. The assassins haven't come after you, have they?
Not recently, I think.
Not in the last, 2
12
weeks?
hours.
2 weeks. Assassins have made an attempt at your life, my prince.
Well, before we got here, first
Yeah.
time.
And when we were in the in the Kingslayer hold.
Itself, they did sort of attempt to stop us.
Yeah.
Well, then by my sword, I shall protect you, my prince. 200 knights are ready at your disposal.
Cool.
Direct us, and we shall aid you.
Is Silver Down dude
cool.
talking right now?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
What's his
inside.
name again?
Leaf Dracolar.
Is he an elf?
No, he's not.
Okay.
I like
He
his name.
seems
He's
entirely
cool.
human.
Yeah. Alright, one problem. If he comes with... The more knights we take, the more red they'll be.
Inverse ninjutsu.
Well, as it turns... As it appears. As it's been. Well, we could take some with, I suppose.
Then send the rest questing. Send us to seek out the Kingslayers, and we shall defeat
Ghostwood.
them.
Well, not exactly Ghostwood.
Well,
yeah.
the thing is...
Shadow Tree.
Shadow Tree, yes.
High five.
Woo! Yeah.
For
I feel like they
remembering.
would have moved.
Well, it would have been easier if we marked it on the map.
Well,
I did.
if you...
Well, where is it exactly?
I'm telling you. Remember it yourself. Asked Jackal.
I remembered the name. I know it's in this general area.
What exactly is an ass jackal?
Don't ask anymore, Andy.
I can draw it.
No!
Oh God! I
You
don't
can
want
also
to
draw
see her
dragon, werewolf, flyer babies, so no.
And a very confused
Kobold. Storkbold.
Storkbold.
Kotork? No. Storkbold.
What's that to do with Star Wars?
Yeah, I was kind of referencing that, but...
Okay
anyway.
then.
What would you have us do, my prince?
Done some merry jig.
Yes. Okay. That's a marriage jig for my entertainment.
My pardons, my lady. Who might you be? Might I have your name?
Just call me Brecken.
Brecken. A pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Dracolar. Lord Dracolar?
Sir Leaf will do.
Sir Leaf it is.
Mr. Tree, F character.
Arthur,
What?
Marcus Harris to your side, kind of head desk. And just, face
Marcus?
palms.
Who's Marcus?
Mr. Tree.
Marcus Harenth. Named after a certain Thangeld lord.
Marcus.
Thingeld, yes, of course.
Yes, that guy.
Oh, there are, I think, 2 locations that we're going to have a quest to. Wait, is that Shadow Tree?
No, Shadow Tree is near Ghostwood.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere over there.
Over there, roughly? Or...
More like over there. And that's the old Kingslayer camp, but it was empty, according to...
Right, we're in
Aiden.
Salvage now, right?
Yes, you are in Salvage.
We could send some knights to reinforce that Druid camp.
What druid are you referring to, sir?
Oh,
The Druids of the Western Circle.
yes, yes.
We know them well. Strange magic users, but nevertheless, if my prince commands it, we will aid them.
Don't hate.
They have friends
It
of
is
the
not
crown.
hate, simply wariness. It has been a long time since Heartland has seen magic practiced openly. Many of the knights are uncomfortable around it. I myself not included.
Mm-hmm, I'm sure.
Is that right?
Of course.
What? Oh, really?
Right.
That'd go well. Shifted to a wolf. How about now, bitch?
I don't know, I think a dragon might scare him more.
Yeah,
Right.
probably.
Yes.
Your talk confuses me.
What?
Oh, out of character.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
He
Whoops.
cocks a head at you, but
I want to talk to these
shakes it off.
Yeah. Oh, yes. What? There is a possible location of the camp of Kingslayers, not too far from Salvage.
No, that's the one they were talking about. It was abandoned.
Oh, it was abandoned. Right. Okay. Abandoned. Okay. Well then, there is the camp of the Kingslayer camp of Shadow Tree, right outside Ghostwood.
Shadow Tree's been taken by Kingslayers.
Yes.
What would they be doing there? It is an unholy place.
Well, right now it's like they're holding camp. And possibly more. We didn't get too far in.
Yes.
Maybe they're searching for something.
Yes.
There is dark magic in the area.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aiden puts a hand up to stop you. Perhaps, Brecken, you're onto something. Shadow Tree was felled when it was under the command of a great sorcerer nearly 100 years ago. He was a strange man, ill-liked by his people, and he died under strange circumstances. It is possible the Kingslayers are looking for something beneath the castle, but what?
Indeed. It's also possible, I believe, that they may be keeping Vera there.
If they've captured her, then that cannot be allowed to stand. She knows too much. She is, after all, part of our security service, but I doubt she'll break under duress.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, we need to free her, and fast, and in so doing, perhaps smash the Kingslayers. Sir Leaf, Sir Harenth, I'll leave that to you. You have more men than the rest of us combined. The two men nod and take their leave of you.
Well, they're on the Druids then. I'm sure they'll be fine.
But again, what level were they?
Let's see.
Question. Yeah.
Yes, Andy?
No, that is a good question. We found the
That's a
answer.
good question.
Yes.
Let's see. Sir Leaf was level 5, and Marcus was level 10.
They're dead.
I don't know.
Yeah, most of the knights are levels 5 or 6.
10 is max for the game, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that master
for us.
like level 20 or something?
No,
You have no idea. Although then again, Aiden's level 16, so...
Well, we didn't die.
Because you ran.
Yes.
I'd like to point that out.
I'm amazed that I made
But
it
it's
out of
not
that.
for his
No.
lack of trying to kill us.
True,
Right.
true.
I seriously thought I was toast.
You were so gone.
Lay down your weapons or we'll kill you. 3-on-1 on the Arctic wind. Ah, gone.
No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, as the two knights take their leave, Aiden reclines back in his chair and puts his feet up on the table. But the rest of us have other things to attend to. Namely, a wedding in our future, plus noble guests.
Right.
Sir Harenth hinted that a mystery noble is coming up from the south. Aside from him, we have a number of other guests.
What perchance
Him
would you
or
know are the colors of his seal?
Or where exactly south he's arriving from.
Unknown. You'll have to ask my father in Grey Tower. Says.
They don't-
Oh wait.
Yeah.
His father.
Zale is,
Sorry, I was there.
yeah.
I was still.
I was about to say,
speaking
wait a
from-
minute.
Okay. So Aiden says, you'd have to ask Commander Arthur Harenth in Grey Tower. He would know better.
Great.
But there's no need. Before you got to Grey Tower, the noble himself would probably be here.
Yep.
Also on the guest list is one Lucio Olen, the Lord of the Exchange.
CEO of Walmart?
The term CEO eludes me, but yes.
Wait, but the term Walmart doesn't?
You've mentioned it multiple times in reference to the exchange. It matters little.
I need his presence.
What does matter is that before long he may rule Heartland.
Oh dear.
Money
Tell
is
me.
powerful.
Indeed. More so than you think, though.
It's quite a
Oh,
great
I have quite a good idea.
He reaches into his pocket and puts a small slip of paper down on the table. Tell me, what do you know of this? And
It's paper.
picking up a piece of paper, you can see it's been dyed red in places and has a large 5 in each corner and the face of some large, proud noble in its center.
It's a $5
What sorcery
bill.
is this?
It's a strange concept indeed, but paper money.
So
Spawn of Satan! Be gone!
Exactly.
What
We
demon
s-
has conjured this nonsense?
Olen
Paper is
himself.
useless.
This is called an exchange mark. It's meant to replace silver as carrying currency.
Insane.
Nothing can replace silver. The whole
That is my
point
fault.
is that silver is rare. Paper can be found off anything. Trees. Grasses.
Precisely my
I'm going to
thought.
destroy your nature to create this money.
I can make money now!
Right.
A moment,
Are you for this or against this?
Suddenly, my mind is today.
Either destroy nature to make the money, or destroy nature to make your own
This is a
money.
valid point. I'm a priestess and care nothing for money.
A moment,
Right.
friends, a moment.
Never mind.
This would destroy my
You are
family's company.
A moment. The simple
Okay.
tear our
truth.
economy
bad.
apart.
A moment, please,
Yes, you did.
friends.
Yes, you keep saying that.
Because you don't shut up, Talmen. I'm your friend.
Uh,
The simple truth of it is that it's lighter to carry around than silver. People hand the exchange their silver and receive paper, which they can trade at any other exchange bank. It seems benign enough, but hundreds of thousands of our peasants have been exchanging what little currency they have for this paper.
And we're to trust the exchange?
Precisely. The peasants, in their ignorance, trust him, but I'm worried. If we were to make any sort of move against his company now, he would simply destroy our economy. With his paper currency, if they cannot trade it in for silver, either the government will have to reimburse them, and thus bankrupt ourselves, or thousands will starve. And yet I can hardly make it illegal, or else, again, he'll begin moving against us.
Yeah.
Well, this sucks.
Indeed.
Yep.
What's worse, though, is that now that I have been made Lord of Highbarrow, I took a look inside our vault. More than a quarter of our assets are in notes.
so we don't have the silver to pay back?
No.
We're fucked!
Effectively, Olen has taken control of our economy.
Oh.
And what's worse is that Olen is not only not a Hadronian, but the government of Vane owns 30% of his company.
Oh, shit.
Effectively, we're being taken over.
Well, or you might even say that they're taking back what's theirs.
Indeed. Now two forces are pulling at Heartland, and the citizens are being stretched to their limits.
Wait, what sort of government does Vane have now?
We hardly know. There's said to be a mad prince ruling, or a regent, or a council.
Right.
No one knows. Others say that Prince Gabriel himself, the slain eldest child of the lords, now rides amongst the populace, rallying them to his cause to overthrow the pretenders. It's impossible to know.
Oh dear.
We certainly are in a pickle, aren't we?
Yes, and kind of ruled by a mad prince.
Oh, joy. Who
Indeed.
gives us paper for money?
Yeah. And also a mad prince over the immortal queen. This cannot stand.
I'm moving to
It
Canada.
cannot. That is why I've invited Olen to the celebrations. Hopefully I can talk some sort of agreement out of him, but I don't know. Lord Talmen, you know much more of money. I'd appreciate your being there for the talks.
Of course. And though I cannot make any concrete promises, if you were to move against this Olin, is that his name?
Yes,
Yeah.
Elaine.
Olin, and he were to shut down and leave the masses starving with no monetary value, I'm sure my family could back some support with our own bank.
A generous offer, and thank you.
Again, I can make no concrete promises. I do not own the bank myself.
Indeed. I've already sent word to Lady Noctus, but...
This would
She
be
is sort of in the south fighting the
that'd
war.
be a corporate takeover of the continent. Of character.
Weird.
Yeah. I did not expect this coming.
Deja vu.
Really?
Where have I seen this before?
You've seen this before? No, really.
Where have we seen this
No,
before?
really, what?
I don't know.
Is
I'm
this
kind of
another
thinking
thing I've
the
forgotten? Or?
No, not in game. Like,
Okay, good.
Like real world.
Like every time paper money shows up?
That.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Right.
happens, is that your currency is completely worthless all of a sudden.
And it's backed by the
Full faith and credit of the
United
Rowland
States-
Exchange.
of the Rowland
Oh, a
Exchange.
private company,
Yeah.
not a government.
Yeah.
God, we're
Huh.
freaking screwed.
Talk about too big to fail.
Huh. Well, yeah. The government might fail then. As it's happening now, but hey, still.
So, let's see, anybody got any boats? Where
What?
we could sail away?
What?
I don't need no
Sail
stinking-
to where,
Don't
Brecken?
need no stinking boats.
To the
I got
north
wings.
is a dread continent full of storms and dragons, and to the south is ice. If you head west, then you find a burning land of death and destruction.
You mean east?
No, that is west. To the east is a land of everwinter, caused by foul magics and sorcery.
Oh yeah, nuclear.
To any way, in any direction you go, Exania is the heart of the world. The only place where life can truly flourish.
My, don't we think highly of ourselves?
It's true, though. Where else?
True.
If it were otherwise, we would have long since seen envoys of other places, other nations. But Exania stands alone.
Perhaps beyond those violent lands, there lie more safe lands, like Exania.
Perhaps it's true, but
No.
the Deadlands provide a difficult barrier. With nowhere to restock, our boats simply cannot make it.
The Deadlands are also now Frost Giant lands.
All right.
So, back to the discussion of where your parents
She
would
gave
have
birth
sent...
to Edward.
Back to the discussion of where your parents might have sent
Edward?
the other children.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Indeed.
Aiden
Yeah.
says, they could either have been sent to Dark Castle or perhaps to Feather Mountain. Is there anyone else you can think of? This could save their lives.
It might be a stretch, but they could also have been sent to the Fairy Queen. There is some blood relations there.
Indeed.
'Tis possible, yes. That, or even Kilheim. After all, Smith was, I believe, a friend of your parents.
Indeed.
Gods, they could have been anywhere.
Yep.
I suppose that's the point, isn't it? So no one would find them.
Well, at least I think we can rule out Falazor, Southwest Alliance, and Vane.
And why does he need such specific instructions?
Yeah, I know, right? It seems odd.
He was trying to send word of Kingslayer, of the Kingslayer's strength in numbers.
To
To
better
whoever's
prepare
pre-
themselves
Right.
in case of attack. And have a few more guards as guards.
Right. He's sending some of Leaf's knights off.
So honestly, we have no idea.
Fantastic.
Well,
Then let's turn
on
him...
site to see if that's an accurate.
Sure.
What?
To make sure he's telling the truth that he is actually going to
Indeed.
send knights.
I don't think Aiden would
Send
lie
knights
to
for that
us.
purpose. For that
Or
purpose.
I
Yeah,
don't
for that
think so.
purpose.
He's have to marry his sister.
18.
Yes, Erica. Aiden
Shit.
is in fact the main antagonist of this campaign.
That'd
Obviously.
be a
considering
great
you
plot
got an
twist.
on that one. As far as I'm concerned, yeah.
18.
22.
So,
Right too.
actually, Brecken, you believe Aiden's lying to you.
Oh,
If
okay.
not one.
Then at one.
Okay.
She was trying to prove that
You're
he wasn't
lying.
lying. I got a
You
22.
say
What?
that? Are you
Are you
saying
mad?
I can tell.
Brecken, why would I lie to
She
you?
can be...
Why
Oh,
else would
that's
you
hot.
need such accurate instructions as to where the noble children
Brecken.
of the of the main houses were restored.
I'm
You
trying-
plan to send knights to assassinate them,
Brecken,
don't
please.
you?
What?
You're a member of the Kingslayers!
Brecken!
God's
bastard!
almighty
Really?
woman! I'm trying to protect them.
Calm
Nothing more.
yourself.
I don't trust you.
And why should we trust you? After all, you're just a priestess of an old fallen order.
Ooh.
Who's to say you aren't feeding the Kingslayer's information yourself?
I
After all, you voted for Rhea's release.
No. That same order sheltered us in our time of need.
A different branch of the same order.
Same order.
That's to say the Church of Artor and Mordheim have so much in common.
What do we get with our rolls?
Yeah, I got a 22.
Yeah, 22 and
In 18.
you believe Aiden's in earnest.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, I'm gonna turn... Brecken, calm down. These are troubled times. I understand your concern for our siblings and your friends, but please... Aiden has no reason to wish us ill.
He has an entire kingdom to gain.
Point.
How would I gain a kingdom by killing my own soon-to-be brother-in-law and perhaps even sister? There would be no gain. Lyrith is immortal. Assassinating her children brooks nothing. I'd have to go after her first, her and Cairn. And even the Kingslayers haven't tried that yet.
Perhaps you intend to take the young children hostage and request that Queen Lyrith put down her swords and hand over her kingdom for the child's life.
Yes, that would be so wise. After all, they have not won 2 wars near single-handedly. Her and her companions are not the most legendary heroes our world has known for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, Brecken, my gods, I am guilty. Arrest me now.
He confesses!
Did you say that in character?
Yes, she does.
God damn it. Really?
Hey man, I rolled a nat 1.
Brecken, control yourself.
Can she re-roll and try and be convinced?
Yes, you can try and roll again
Okay.
after he's tried to convince you otherwise.
Alright, that's way better. A 19. Plus whatever. What, insight, right?
Yeah,
Plus 7, so yeah, I'm good.
26.
26.
Can we calm down now?
Alright. You have convinced me that you are telling the truth.
That's
I'm
it?
so relieved.
Okay, I believe
No
you.
apology.
No, why should I apologize for being earnestly, devoutly devoted to my friends?
I respect the attempt, Brecken, if not the execution.
Really?
I'm not gonna apologize that I just flipped your shit on this bro.
Brecken,
Okay, whatever.
Brecken,
Okay, whatever.
I respect the intent,
Okay.
if not the execution. You're right to question, but do remember who your friends are, or else you will end up scared and alone with no one to come for you.
This is true.
Indeed.
Now,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, that was a useful waste of 2 minutes.
now, if you'll excuse me, I have other business to attend to. He says as he begins to exit.
Okay, I'm gonna look through some of the bookcases. Just
All right.
knowledge and...
It's kind of angsty
Wonder.
too. It was
Alright.
a little Griffin mini that I was like, oh, that's so cute. That would be so
Roll.
awesome to have.
what
like
do I
this.
roll?
Perception?
Oh boy.
It was $1.
Oh, 19.
19. Most of his books are are textbooks of various kinds on history, military tactics, economics, etc. If he's read even half of these books, he's one of the most learned men in Heartland. However, he does have a few miscellaneous books, old novels and tales and scrolls, but little and less are related to anything magical, anything you believe you could use.
Yeah, boring.
I search for Druid lore. It's an 18 plus what?
Bad. Perception.
Okay, 28.
Alright. Walking over to the bookcase, you search around, but find little connected to druids other than simple textbooks on the orders.
Not useful.
No, it doesn't seem that Aiden stocks anything magical. Which makes sense.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, being that he's not a mage.
He's actually a sleeper cell, I knew it!
What?
No.
He wants to kill us.
Seriously? Again.
This is.
Have you failed another roll?
Where'd it
I don't know.
I think she failed a ink check. Anyway. It's okay, Brecken.
go? I'm just gonna. It's been a long day.
Is this
on
your
the
troll
road.
for the day?
Yep. Poor Brecken's been traveling for a long time.
I'm pretty sure we all have been traveling for the same amount of time.
So, aside from your companions who sit themselves quietly in the waiting room, you are left to your own devices.
Uh-oh. You sure you want that to happen?
You're welcome to do and go where you like. You've been given sufficient plot links insofar as you know where the Kingslayers are, and there's the Mystery Noble.
Yeah, dude.
Not to mention, of course, there's plenty of things to do in each city if you desire to take some time off from your royal duties.
Indeed. How soon is that marriage?
Aiden didn't give you a specific date, but it's going to be very soon.
Soonish. Got it.
We still don't know.
We still don't know when the marriage is.
Shit, we're gonna miss it.
Soon
He's
valve
gonna
time?
leave her at the altar. And
Soon
start
valve
the
time?
war. Whoops.
Maybe
Valve
we
time?
shouldn't
What is
leave the
valve
city.
time?
Maybe not.
Soon could be any time.
I see.
Yeah.
So, pretty much
Eventually.
stay in Salvage until you are married.
Or Great Tower. I think is where the marriage
Great
is.
Tower's about a week away.
Somewhere.
Isn't the
close by.
isn't the ceremony taking place in Great Tower? I thought you said.
What?
Why would it be taking place in
No.
Great Tower?
I
No.
thought that's what you said.
The only thing mentioned about Grey Tower is that's where you might find more information about this mystery noble who's
Okay.
visiting.
Never mind.
Maybe we should ask some of the peasants or somebody who would know when the wedding is. Like the mystery noble.
Or you could ask Aiden.
But he walked away.
We'll go find him.
And
He's just walking down the hallway right now.
Hey, you!
No, he's
Kingslayer!
just
I mean, Aiden, when's the wedding?
Do you do that?
No, don't do that. Don't.
No, he's asking you.
No, I was imitating Brecken.
Right.
Hey Aiden, mind giving us a specific date?
Are you leaning out the door going to say that?
Yeah.
Aiden, more than halfway down the hall, turns and says, we haven't set a specific date yet, but within the next 2 weeks for sure.
Okay.
Perhaps at the end. Yes, let's make it that. A fortnight from now, Prince Rowland will be wed.
Yay.
Now if you'll excuse me. And he resumes walking.
I think he can take you.
Yeah, he can.
Alright.
Oh, I meant to give back some of the stuff that I wasn't going to use that happens to be ancient family heirlooms.
Oh, speaking of ancient family heirlooms, if you don't have anything better to do, can we fast forward to tonight?
Yes, sir, we can.
Sure.
Alright.
I don't really see the connection that you're trying to make here, but okay.
Well, you'll see in a moment.
I'm still keeping that greatsword, though.
When evening comes, the lot of you have gathered around for, of course, dinner.
Oddly, this place seems familiar.
Are we gathering
Yes,
around?
just
Okay.
around the table, where you please.
Yeah.
We are still defying gravity and laws of physics. What's
Oh, I'm sure she manages with all her
I
Kingslayer
don't know
magic
if
powers.
are those two at the table as well?
Yes.
Okay.
If I put their minis out, where'd Aiden go?
You took
He's
him.
sitting. Okay, I thought that was you. It's not. It's okay. I was like, he's sitting next to me.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Probably not.
Slash lots of romance options.
Also, why did you take away Fenris?
Fenris equals commoner. Fenris equals not invited. Actually, neither is Rio, for that matter.
But they're our guests.
Yeah.
So, do you make a point of inviting them?
Yes.
Alright.
What is this, by the way? This dinner?
Yep, just dinner.
Yeah, of course.
They get to eat at the high table with the lords rather than off on the benches with the
Oh.
common soldiery and minor lords.
Actually, let's.
I would not pay them that insult.
Place Brecken a little farther away from.
Yes, the seating is very important.
Indeed.
So there's no one next to Rhea.
Yes, even
I'm
Beef
next
seems
to
to
Rhea.
be
Apparently.
sitting a short distance away.
Wait,
Yeah, the prince is next to the Kingslayer.
Where
I
lies
love
the
it.
princess?
Indeed, you don't see her in attendance.
I think he was asking.
Yeah. Well, I
Oh.
was also
Why is the princess? You don't see her. Really?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know if he was saying that in character or out of
Well,
character.
I did mean out of character, but also in character.
All right, in character. As the lot of you have just sat down, you asked Aiden, and he answers. My sister has been in low spirits lately. She has been wandering about, mostly up north past the training halls. There's a small wilderlands there. She enjoys the hunt. I suspect she'll be back before too long, but I wouldn't worry.
Fortunate. I wish I'd known earlier. I would have tried to raise her spirits.
Well, there's plenty of time for that, my
Well,
friend.
Well, it doesn't matter if you get pregnant or not if you get married.
That's true.
Either way.
2 weeks ain't gonna make much difference.
Yeah, when I'm a priestess, I feel.
I meant it honestly, but take it as
Do
you
your
will.
people even get married?
No marriage. What's like
You're just a bunch of woodland, vagabonds.
Yeah,
vagabonds?
pretty much.
Nice.
Well, it's
We fuck when we need babies and when we like it.
Yeah.
So you're just a bunch of, hippies.
Yeah, more like
Yeah.
the free folk of
The free folk.
what you call it?
Read Game of
England?
Thrones, Andy.
Game
What?
of Thrones.
And
Game of
even
Thrones.
still, that one dude
Why?
keeps
Yeah.
marrying his
Original.
daughters, and he's a
It's
free
good.
Okay.
Read it. Or watch it.
Craster or Caster.
Episode.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
Once you
Craster.
meet the actual free folk peeps.
Yeah. Well, we sort of met them.
Anyway.
At least I have. Anywho's,
I've met them all too well.
I don't know. I'm about to start a John chapter, and since he just
Giant's Bane is awesome.
Has he shagged Egret yet?
no, I'm about to start the
Yes.
first John chapter
Half a
of
hundred
Storm of
times.
Swords.
Yeah.
I haven't got. He just killed that other Night's Watch dude. He's like, oh, I'm a betrayer.
Oh, yeah.
Let
Four
me
and half
join you.
hand.
Yeah.
He's a badass. Anyway, moving on. So,
I'll let you meet the freak.
give me a charisma roll each to see that you don't make an ass of yourself at the table.
That raw charisma?
Yes.
14.
17.
15.
Well, you've already,
Yeah, my
Done
appeal
your
is
part.
certainly diminished.
which is why you're at the very end of the table, far away from everyone else.
So, Fenris, Leaf, and Aiden both are happily joining the conversation. A good back and forth debate over various issues, which a number of you join in. Apparently, Talmen as usual, and Brecken not so much.
Which is funny because my charisma's only +1.
Yeah, you just roll high.
Yep.
Anyway.
Except with nature.
However, eventually during the conversation, it takes a turn toward old Heartland history,
Cool.
and on the subject, Aiden calls a pause in the conversation and turns to look at Rowland. On the subject of old artifacts, my friend, Dragonfire's Mercy. You still have it, yes?
Indeed. Indeed I do.
Well, after the meal, I would appreciate it if you would turn it over. It is a part of Heartland's history. Belongs here in Salvage, not gallivanting around in danger.
Well, it would be of great use to us, of course.
Great use, yes, but also at risk of damage or destruction. It's too valuable now.
Would not an ancient symbol of the Thingeld family serve him well traveling through Heartland? Maybe win the people over
As
more?
well.
Perhaps, but it occurs to me that you, Talmen, have more than enough of that.
In my defense, we have not seen you until this day. After, a month of
I
not
make no
seeing-
judgments. I'm simply asking for the old relic to be returned, Dragonfire's Mercy.
As you say, it is a very valuable object. It is a valuable object.
It is very valuable, but it is also part of our history, something that should be preserved.
Suppose.
More importantly, it does belong to my family.
Is he not joining your family?
Quite the
But I
opposite.
am.
My sister is joining yours. She will be head to Haddric after this, not the other way around.
Potato, Haddric, Thingeld.
I understand your sentiments, Talmen, but mind you, the descent of tracing lineage is a very important part of running any kingdom.
Yes.
Well, seeing you so bored, Sir Leaf tries to strike up some element of conversation just to keep you occupied. Being a nice gentleman and all. Roll charisma.
A knight
Oh,
being
God.
chivalrous.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God.
Do you want to action point that?
Ah, yeah. I embarrassed myself so bad on these charisma rolls.
Wow! So,
Go away!
that's a 2.
So you find yourself all suddenly shy and nervous around the handsome gallant knight and stumble over your words. The equivalent of distracted by the sexy.
Oh.
Is it Sir Loris?
Actually, well, he's not gay, but yes, he does have more than a passing resemblance to Sir Loris. Sure.
Because, I mean, I just passed that chapter where Sansa's like, oh god, he's so hot, I can't think of anything to say.
Lol. But yeah, that happens. So meanwhile, Rowland.
Yeah.
What's Leaf Dragon?
Dracovar.
Dracovar's sigil.
It is a dragon wrapped around a lightning bolt.
Ooh. I'm gonna guess Silver Dragon.
The dragon does not have any color, but his shield itself is silver, so that bleeds through.
I mean, he is from Silver Down.
Indeed.
Let's see the power.
Would you like to make a perception check to see more closely?
Yes. 8.
No.
Yeah.
So, as I was going to say, no, I understand it is an artifact of the Thingard line, but in these trying times, wouldn't it be better out in the field, protecting the royalty, saving the land?
Your sister?
Perhaps you're right. After all, that's what Marcus would have wanted. Not you, sir, he says to Marcus Herenth, sitting down the table. He nods his understanding. Very well, then. I'll allow you to retain it, for the time being, anyway.
Thank you. My thanks for allowing me to borrow it.
Indeed. But I want it returned after this is over.
Indeed.
Very well, then. And beyond that, the night passes relatively smoothly for all of you.
Except Brecken, whose pathetic excuse for charisma.
Well, now, I don't know.
You're just playing coy and hard to get.
Yes.
Sure.
I don't know, coy and hard to get, more like stumbling over her words,
Yes.
kind of, you know.
Yeah.
It could be seen as cute, though.
So
I'm just
much
so
shame
adorably
that it's
plucky.
Adorable.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Our plucky assistant.
Oh, come on. Shy girls are cute.
Yeah. And never so plucky.
With that in mind, after the final course and dessert is consumed, you each retire to respective rooms and await the next morning.